Hi, welcome to Toy Hill Studio. My name is Kendall Kessler. I decided after quite a while to get back to my Skyline Beauty series. These are very popular, and I hope that you'll click on the link to see all the different types of ones I do. I have gone into so many different levels of abstraction with these, and I keep trying to come up with other ones. Not sure what I'm going to do today. This is Los Angeles. I like to do a number of the same place, but I'm going to pick a different part of Los Angeles for the next one. But I'm going to start with a small brush. As I said, I always have all these ideas in my head, and then I never know what I'm really going to do until I do it, because I really like to be very, very expressive and very, very creative with these paintings. But I'm going to use a small brush, and I'm going to use the paint pretty thick, because this time I'm thinking I want to kind of stay within the skyline and not go outside. And if you've watched any of my YouTubes, you've heard me say many times that white is the combination of all colors, so it's really hard to see the relationships between colors when you don't cover it all up, which is what I always prefer to do. But I want to see this time if I can just stay within these areas and see if I like it. I have a feeling I won't. I'm gonna probably do a whole lot more. And this is over water here, so probably will put in some reflections and all. But just gonna kind of wing it, see what happens, and get some real complicated systems of color, because I always like that. And I'm not gonna let it bleed so much. When I'm using acrylics, I prefer to use it as a watercolor, thin it way down and let it bleed, or what we call wet and wet. But I want to really control it this time, so it's kind of medium strength. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't want it to go too long. I always like to keep these around 20 minutes or less. But doing it this way, it is going to take some time. I was going to change one of mine that I've done on YouTube and is on my portfolio, which was a suggestion painting. Well, no, it wasn't. Actually, it was supposed to be, and it didn't really turn out. My suggestion series is, as I said, when I just paint and with just colors in the abstract way and see if something just kind of shows up. Because when I look at what we call non-objective paintings or non-figurative, I almost always see something. So it's been a real fun series where I do that, and sometimes nothing really shows up. So in the last one that I did, I really didn't see anything, so decided that was going to be one of my center my mind paintings, which is paintings that are only to be reacted to on the basis of how they look. You can't say it's something you like to see or don't like to see. You just have to either like it or not like it on the basis of how I put it together. But then, a while back, I looked at it again. I thought, oh my goodness, there's an angelfish there right in the center. And over here, there's one of those goldfish swimming around, the kind that has the eyes on the side. And so I might go back into that one and change it, because it there really is a goldfish there now. But you got to really, really look. As I said one time, I had one where I thought it couldn't have been more obvious that there was a skull, a ghost, and something else now, can't remember. And I showed it to my husband. He didn't see it at all. So, artists are people that really spend their time staring at things and really developing their vision. I know that sounds strange, but there are actual studies, I think I mentioned this before, there are actual studies that show that sight is mostly in your mind, not in your eyes. That we train ourselves to see a certain way according to what's interesting to us, what we like. And I always thought that was fascinating, and I do really believe it's true. If you've ever done portraits, you know it's true. Because you'll do a portrait that you think looks exactly like the person. Someone will come along and say, kind of. Another person, who is it? So we really do see what's in front of our eyes very differently, which is very strange. Watch people around a baby. Oh, looks just like the father. Nah, looks just like the mother. Oh, no, looks like Uncle Ned. It's very true how we see and assess what is in front of our eyes differently. But anyway, I see the goldfish. I really do see the goldfish and the angelfish in the last Center of My Mind painting, so I might just do that. Well, so far this is kind of interesting. I am doing exactly what I said I was going to do, not let it bleed too much, and really stay within the skyline. Coming along okay. Just trying to get a lot of different color relationships going without going over the white. And I'm seeing them work together in some interesting ways. It's been such an interesting series. There have been lots of prints sold. A number of them have been sold, the originals. And the most popular one is Richmond on the James. So if you do find the time to click on the link in the description to look at these, look at that one. It's really very colorful and very, very complicated, and sold lots and lots of prints of it. And the original is owned by someone in Richmond who owns a number of my paintings and also had me do some commissions. Was it one commission? Getting my patrons mixed up, shouldn't do that. I think it was just one. Yeah, it was one. He was no, yeah, it was one. It was one. He was thinking of more, but I think that was another day. It never came. All right, I think this is coming along very well. Using the very small brush. It's only been 6 minutes. I might put in some reflections. I might follow what's here. Probably won't. Probably make them abstract too. Is an interesting effect to take an actual skyline and then just turn it into kind of an abstract painting. As I mentioned many times, I really do love red and green together. If you've studied art, you know the complementary colors are red, green, yellow, purple, orange, and blue. And I'm really one of those red-green people. Always have been. Just love those colors together, the way they complement each other. And now we're getting some more moderate colors. Let's see, here's a color I haven't used yet. I'm going to use that. And I have a real thing about blue-green. Don't know why. This is all, it gets into psychology and stuff. Like a lot of artists, I really don't have a favorite color because I just work with too many. It's kind of hard for artists to kind of pin down one, how light, how dark, how intense, which one, which blue, which, there's just so much of we just deal with so many different colors. We have all kinds of different names for blues because there are different kinds of blues. So, but I do have a thing about blue-green, I must admit. And I think I mentioned this before, but there is a book about your personality and how it is revealed by the colors that you like. And I was not happy to see that people that are really into blue-green tend to be difficult people. Oh well. Actually, I think that that could be true about me. I have always been someone that has chutzpah. And I've tried so hard to watch that, but it is so hard. I'm just pointing out what's true. I try real hard to be careful and not hurt people's feelings, but I still point out things that are true about what's going on. And it's just not very acceptable. I'm letting it bleed more than I wanted to do that. And so, like I said, I wasn't real happy to see that people that like blue-green tend to be kind of difficult people. Oh well, nobody's perfect. I think I have learned over the years how to be more careful with my mouth because people really have let me know over the years that I speak my mind too much. I think a lot of artists do, though. Okay, I'm getting close to getting the whole thing covered, and I'm still going to leave the white right now, but I bet I change it later if I have time. So much to do, as I always say. I'm still, or go back into this a little more, make it more complicated. And if I said ad nauseum, I don't like minimalism is one of the type of paintings that I'm not real crazy about. I like everything. I'm extremely eclectic, but minimalism and photorealism are the two that are lowest on my list. Photography is a great art, and I admire photographers very much, but I don't think that taking a photograph and copying it is at all for me. I'm always expressing something, even when I'm trying to get a really strong effect, as I did in my last oil painting of the Blue Ridge. It's still my creation, and it's never a matter of just copying it. I shouldn't say just copying, because it's really impossible, as Monet pointed out many times. But it's just not for me to work in what to me is a laborious way and not fun. Can't express myself if I am just going to very carefully reproduce or try to reproduce what's there. I always want to express myself, and especially in the photographs that I take. I'm never happy with one of my paintings if I don't look at my painting and think it's infinitely better than the photograph. Now that may sound strange, but the photograph is a record, and some people take incredible ones. I don't, because that's what they do. But it's not what I want, and I have to leave out brushwork if I do that. And I like the brushwork. That is what a wonderful part about art is, having a lot of expressive brush marks, and I gotta leave that out if I'm going to very carefully copy one of my photographs. Most of my Blue Ridge paintings, and that's my main work, is done from photographs and slides that I take. Okay, I don't know if I want to just stop this and go back to it later or what. It's got some very nice areas, and it's only been 12 minutes, but if I get any further, it's going to get a whole lot more. So I think what I'm going to do is stop here. Let me just do a little bit more right now, and then look at it later, really decide if I want to make it more complicated, if I want to go over the white, all the white. I do have a number in my portfolio where I did this part of it and maybe some around it, and uploaded that to my portfolio so people can get prints of that. Then another one where I covered the whole thing, which I like better. But both are available, because I think a lot of people like to have the white around like this. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to click on the link in the description to see the final painting. And there's also a link to my Etsy shop and to my work on other sites.